You are once again welcome onto our episodes. So today it's a proud moment for the people coming from the continent Africa. So Africa has been majorly known for its uh, natural beauty, being rich of resources, minerals, but in terms of scientific community, well, we currently we look to be lagging behind, but at one point we were leading and we contributed to the scientific community. So if I may ask a question, what do you know about the ancient Egyptian civilization? When we talk of the ancient civilizations, you can't count three and you miss out on the ancient Egyptian civilization because according to Herodotus, a Greek historian, he regarded the ancient Egyptian civilization as one of the most organized in the different domains of life of the time. And because of this, they were able to innovate and come up with ideas because at the time they had already developed their writing systems and then the calendar numbers. So when we come to our topic of medicine, the ancient Egyptian civilization is one of the civilizations that made revolutionary ideas and developed medicine to the current medicine we have today. Still in this civilization, medicine was divided into two. Uh, to those who believed in the supernatural origin of disease and then the practical aspect of disease. And that's why most of their medical doctors or physicians doubled as priests at the same time. So it was a mixture of the two. But to be a little unique from what other generations were practicing, these people come up with scientific explanation of disease and of how the body functions. This is seen from the postulation of the channel theory, whereby they depended on River Nile for their entire livelihood. So they always created channels for irrigating their plants. So analogous to the channels created from River Nile, they also thought that the body had channels, and at the center of these channels was the heart. Contrary to what we see today or what we observe today, they believe that the heart pumped all the body fluids, or it was perfused by all the body fluids, including blood, urine, semen, cerebrospinal fluid, and name them. However, we can't blame them because they were just building the foundation for how and why we should understand the way the body works. According to the channel theory, they believe that these channels had to be free of any blockages, and in case disease developed, so the physicians or doctors would respond by giving laxatives in hope of opening these channels. So other unique practices in this generation include mummification of the dead because they believed in life after death. So in the process of mummification, they usually removed all internal organs, including the brain, the liver, and the others, leaving the heart intact because they believed the heart was the center of intelligence, emotions, and love. So they didn't tamper with the heart. However, the limitation in here, though they had the chance of exploring internal medicine, was that religion prohibited the use of internal organs or going on for further studies with the bodies that had been opened. We can't ignore the fact that they were able to open up the human body because all this was laying a foundation for the advancements in internal medicine. So specialization is also another issue we should talk about. During that time, we had general practitioners in medicine, but uniquely, there were also those who specialized in treating only one part. So whichever specialization we see today has roots in the ancient Egyptian civilization. Medical hierarchy is also seen here with a chief medical officer heading all medical practitioners, followed by health inspectors, supervisors, doctors, as well as physicians at the bottom. Looking back at the previous civilization, surgery was minimally non-invasive, but in the ancient Egyptian civilization, we see introduction of sophisticated surgical procedures. This is evident with the discovery of one of the oldest skulls with signs of a procedure to remove a brain tumor that is believed to have existed around 2900 BCE. And also, some of the oldest surgical equipments made of bronze copper are discovered in the ancient Egyptian civilization in the tomb of Kar. Well, these people continued to develop different aspects of medicine. For example, public health. People had rudimentary baths and as well as toilets, though they didn't have public infrastructures to cater for the public health needs. Yes, to document the knowledge, the medical knowledge and practices, and to show the level of advancement they had reached at, many texts that detail what they were doing at that time have been discovered by different people, and these texts are named after the different people that discovered them and the institutions that they are kept at. Many texts or medical texts in the form of papyri have been discovered, and we believe more are to be discovered with the sophistication into archaeological investigations. But some of the most important ones include Cahun gynecological texts. This details all gynecological procedures and women health regarding conception, contraception, fertility, and pregnancy. And this is one of the earliest recorded books or texts that dates back to around 1800 BCE. We also have Edwin Smith's medical papyri that details all the anatomical observations, examinations, surgical procedures. And the other is Eber's papyri, and this has so many remedies, about 800 or 700 plus. Then others that deserve a mention include Berlin, we have Carlsberg, London, so many others that we'll look into as we go on. So a legacy that has been left behind and that keeps us challenged and should keep you challenged as a person from Africa is that it is in the ancient Egyptian civilization that we see the practice of medicine is revolutionized and it turned into a prestigious profession that most of the people are yearning to practice right now. So it is in this civilization that we see for the first time people called physicians, and we believe that the first physician in the history of medicine is Imhotep. This was also a chief minister to King Dosa or Pharaoh Dosa of Egypt. Then we also have Hesra as the first dentist because he was a chief physician and dentist to King Dosa. Then it is also in this ancient civilization that we see first women in science called physicians, recorded called physicians and accomplished medical practitioners. Emphasize the legacy left behind, people who later became notable people in the face of medicine later on. For example, Hippocrates, that's the father of medicine, Herophilus, father of anatomy, Galen, one of the most accomplished medical researchers of that time, had their education, part of their education in ancient Egyptian civilization at a temple called Amenhotep. Uh, many kings, many queens from wide and far always requested for physicians from the ancient Egyptian civilization to come to be their chief physicians. Well, isn't that enough to tell you that these people were really advanced at the time? So as you coming from the continent of Africa, what are you doing? What have you done to add on what these people left behind?